So we are here on the Friday of SecT 2022, and we have Yusuf here from GitHub, and you just came off stage talking about CodeQL. And I have to admit, before this conference, I've never heard of CodeQL, but it's really awesome.
Thanks so much for that. And you are not the only person there. Someone of the speakers, Jonathan Lechuk, yesterday asked, how many of you have played with CodeQL before?
Yeah.
And you have
5 people or something.
Exactly.
And you were one of them, so 4.
I was the 6th.
Yeah, 6th. Okay, yeah.
So adding Mattia, who didn't raise his hand yesterday, let's say 6-7 people in the whole conference, outside of 1,200 people.
Yeah.
And absolutely, today you see way more hands up, and I hope that more and more people are playing around with it and joining our community.
Yeah, for sure. Could you just give us a quick elevator pitch of what problem it solves with QQL?
Absolutely.
CodeQL.
CodeQL, Swedish. Hey, what's going on?
To make it easier, CodeQL, stands for Code Query Language, allows you to query your code as if it was data. Mm-hmm. In the same way that you can use SQL to query a database, you can use CodeQL to query your code. So the problem that it solves, it's finding. The way we use it is to find security vulnerabilities in the SAST way, the static analysis way.
Yeah. And what would you say is the hard thing of implementing this?
Oh, the hard thing is that you have false positives, which is something that all people are suffering in the world of SAST.
Yeah.
To avoid this from happening, we try to work more and more on our technology. CodeQL is a tool that is 13 years old. Therefore, over the years, we abandoned being just a tool that navigates an abstract syntax tree that is your code now in the form of that tree being transformed to be able to get searched. But we also use AI in the form of machine learning to eradicate false positives. And at the same time, we have our community. Based on the community contributions and the work we do, we polish the queries of this language into the level to not have false positive as a hard thing, but turn it into an opportunity for more and more people to see it as a benefit that we have.
Yeah, so talking about the community, how does that work?
Mm-hmm.
I, as a security researcher, can actually submit sort of patterns or my own proof of concept in CodeQL? Or how does it work?
That's one way.
Yeah.
You can be part of the community.
Yeah.
Like you are a bug hunter, you are interested in to submit a query into our bug bounty program that eradicates a vulnerability pattern or is very targeted into a specific problem. At the same time, in our community, we have people that are coming from the enterprise world, that are the security people within that organization responsible to write CodeQL queries for the bespoke code that exists in their code base. And they want to catch up with the latest trends we have in our Slack community and learn how people are doing things, what queries are new there, make sure that they grow their network and at the same time their skill set within the community.
Sure. So let's say I'm a big corporation and I think this is the most awesome thing ever. How do you get started then?
Today, my presentation had the title, Secure Your Code Like NASA, which I think you will agree that it's a big corporation.
Yeah. Sure. We have really safety conscious, people will die. Yeah.
Exactly. So we have companies of that level, but at the same time, SMEs.
Yep.
The way to get started is to, first of all, use the product to pick up alerts they have. And at the same time, someone can learn CodeQL from inside the organization in the same way that anybody could start learning today. The number one thing that they would benefit to be more productive, faster in their learning journey, because yes, I want to be honest with you, there's a bit of a steep learning curve.
Yeah.
Sure.
It took me 6 months to be super productive with it. And in those 6 months, I was playing, let's say, maybe 4 hours per week, just to give a realistic thing here. It's very rare to start from scratch nowadays because it's a tool that is 12 years old. You tend to build on top of the knowledge and the work of others by extending queries that are already there.
Like every programming thing out there, you never do something from scratch.
It's like Newton standing on
the
shoulders
if you're not
of
maybe
giants.
very into low level stuff, then probably you do it like by hand or bespoke. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's a cool thing. You learn something new every day, and this is like the powerful thing of this is that it's the speed, right, and the amount of data you can actually shoot through without actually looking at it.
Exactly.
But then again, so mitigating false positives will be like a big problem to solve, because that if there is too much, people won't use it because it's useless. They think then it would be better just to do it manually, right?
I will invite anybody who wants to like compare this tool to other SaaS tools to run the same code against the same SaaS tools, see the outcome and decide for themselves. I think we are confident about the amount of false positives because we polish the queries so that are, let's say, good enough without anybody spending any effort on false positives for 95% of people. And there's that niche amount of people, because at the end of the day, false positives are subjective. Depends on your code. Just that amount of people to maybe affect or tweak something that we give to make it a bit more specific, that is specific for their bespoke code base, and avoid an alert that might not want to get anymore.
So another question, am I allowed to scan something that I don't own?
Yes, as long as it's open source. For example, if you have something in your supply chain, like you import a library, if this library is open source, why don't you just fork and then you enable CodeQL and see what happens?
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, it's okay. I got an idea of the talk, but that makes sense. Of course, that makes sense because it's, Then now I'm happy.
Cool.
That's cool. That's cool.
You had a conference that you wanted to plug. When and where is this conference?
Yes, so this is GitHub Universe. It's the big event of GitHub every year, biggest event of GitHub every year. We make this conference in order to announce new products. We have 2 days of workshops, a security track as well for those listening, with presentations showing the whole portfolio of the next gen of developer-focused products.
Cool.
This is happening in November 9th and November 10, 2022. You can attend in person if you are in the San Francisco Bay Area, or virtually. It's free and open for everybody. In the same way that other conferences work, you sign up, you create maybe your own target shortlist, and at the same time, my advice to you, because last year when I attended, it was really busy when it comes to security, pick your workshops early so that you avoid being on waiting lists.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. So what else is going on in your life?
At the personal level?
Yeah. Oh. What do you do? What makes you tick?
So what makes me tick? I've heard this question before. Can you translate what it means tick? What makes me...
What do you like?
What do you like to do?
What gives you energy?
What gives me energy? Tennis.
Tennis. Oh, cool.
I play tennis maybe more time than I code every day.
Yeah. Good. That's cool.
I live in London. And I'm a sporty person. What makes me tick is to exercise as long as I wake up. It helps me be more focused in my life with energy.
I think that's a good balance as well. That's cool.
Well, Josef, thank you so much for talking to us, and hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.
Yeah, and thank you for sharing. It's really awesome. I think it's cool. It's going to be really...
It's a cool project.
Very. Thanks.